everyone and welcome to today's Pilates workout. Today we're going to use the Magic Circle or the Resistance Circle to add some variety to your workout. You may wish to do a warm-up before today's class just to loosen yourself off and generate that heat before you begin. Once you've done your warm-up, you can come back to the class. We're going to get right up on top of these bottom bones and hold the circle out in front of you. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears, lengthen through the top of the head, and let's just gently engage through your core. I'm going to take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to roll off those bottom bones and then sit yourself back up tall. As you roll back, you want to apply some pressure to your circle, maintain that pressure until we reach the top. So we breathe out, breathe in. So it's just a small rock on the pelvis and then rolling yourself back up again, just to facilitate that lower back and pelvis movement and start to engage those core muscles. Now these work as a great warm-up strategy as well, if you might just want to do a few of these. So breathing out, breathing in. If you're feeling warmed up and ready, we're now going to add in the overhead lift as we get to the top. So rolling yourself forward, lengthen through those arms and then returning. Light squeeze on that circle, core engages. Breathing out, breathing in. Really think about stacking every bone in your spine right up towards the top of your head here. Breathing out, breathing in. And feel your pelvis here curving like a C shape and then S shape stack tall. Exhaling, roll forwards, lengthen tall. The circle is really great here for keeping the width through your chest. So promote that lifting up through the breastbone as you come back up tall. Okay, this time pause here. Overhead arms, back, stack tall, overhead arms. Breathing out, let's inhale to hold, lift on an exhale, roll through and lift. Let's see if you can start to go a little bit further if you feel in control. Keeping that length, keeping that squeeze on your circle, especially here. As you squeeze through your circle, you want to feel that connection down towards your core, working together. Almost there, we're going to take two more. So if you wish to go a little bit further on this last one, go ahead and take that lean back. Last one tall. Okay, from here, choose a comfortable place to come back to because we're going to hold it here. Drop the shoulders down, engage through that center. We're going to take our twist to either side to work the oblique muscles. Now, as you twist, squeeze on your circle, relax to return. Squeeze and return. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Eye gaze follows where we're going. And we want to be holding this position, building that endurance a little bit more. 4 to go. 3, 2, and 1. From here, sit tall and lengthen. Take it to the side. Tall and lengthen. To the side. Reaching, stacking that spine, squeezing the circle. Breathing out, breathing in. It should be feeling nice and warm around those core muscles now. We're going to take just 2 more like this. And side. Last set. Breathing out. Squeeze and down. Squeeze. Okay, good. From there, loop the circle around your feet and just give your feet a squeeze towards you as you curl your body through and then gently release. We're going to take it down into lying now. So bring yourself carefully down onto your mat and just come into your neutral position. So from here, you just want to rock that pelvis backwards and forwards a few times until you're level across the top in neutral, just your natural curve underneath you. Draw the rib cage downwards, so the ribs are not flared up, they're drawn down. Okay, take your circle. We're going to place the pad on one thigh. We're going to take a one leg stretch. So engage through your center, squeeze on your circle as you stretch this leg away, and then bring it back in, release. So we stretch the leg, squeeze the circle, draw it back in. Feel the connection from that core as you squeeze the circle. We want to feel that core area doing the work. Stretch and squeeze, draw the leg back. Breathing out, breathing in. Stretch, lengthen that leg, draw it back in again. Two more. So you want to draw a line with this leg and return, and one more. Good. Okay, from there, before we do the other side, we're going to try and squeeze the circle on your inner thighs. Now, this is a really deep contraction for these inner thigh muscles, but it's really important. They work with our core. So we're going to pop the hands behind the back of our head for some abdominal preparations. So keeping yourself in neutral, core engaged. Let's inhale. And as you exhale, curl that top half, squeeze through your circle, and then lower back down again. Breathing out, curl and squeeze, and back down. So you want to keep the top half nice and relaxed. So all that work is happening through your core area and through those inner thighs. Breathing out, lift, squeeze, and lower down. So as we come up, we feel that core area drawing inwards, definitely not bulging outwards. And we want to feel everything working together. That inner thigh squeeze, that core drawing in. We've got two more. Breathing out, breathing in. On this next one, we're going to lift and hold, reach those arms long. Now keep that squeeze on those inner thigh muscles, and let's pulse the hands. Feel that core drawing inwards. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. So working through our hundreds here, reach your fingertips to the end of your mat. Relax through the shoulders and neck. And let's keep going. Squeeze that circle. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very carefully take your circle out from those knees and just bring the knees together for a moment. Reset back to your neutral position if you need to, so that the pelvis is once again level. Pop your circle on the opposite leg and engage your center. We're going to take our one leg stretch here. So when you're ready, squeeze your circle, slide that leg, use your core to come back. Breathing out, stretch away. Breathing in, come back. So we're drawing that line with this leg, using that core tightening on the return, using that squeeze on the circle to tap in to between those hip bones a little bit further. Relaxing through the shoulders and the top half. Eye gaze up towards the ceiling, or my eye gaze is just slightly to the tips of my knees, so that I can see that they're staying in line and I know what's going on. Breathing out, stretch. Breathing in. Taking just one more here and resting from there. Okay, from here, we're going to take one leg to tabletop, engage that center a little bit deeper and bring the second leg up. Glue the knees together and just check you still have your neutral curve under the lower back. The rib cage is drawn downwards, and bring the arms up. Plug the shoulder blades down into the floor underneath you and just hold on to the outer sides of the circle here. We're going to take some overhead reaches. So squeeze the knees, drawing in through that center. We're just going to bring that circle overhead and back to the start. Squeeze that circle as we come over and return. Breathing out, breathing in. So here We're following on from our hundreds, working that endurance, core working throughout the exercise here. And as the arms come overhead, you're working to keep that rib cage pulled down, keep that spine in neutral. Exhaling and inhaling. See if you can squeeze your circle a little bit more through these next few. Breathing out, breathing in. We've got 3 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, from there, let's just hug the knees in towards the chest. Let the lower back round, just to give you some stretching through the lower back. And then we're going to release the legs back one at a time. So from here, we are going to get ready to come into our one leg stretch exercise. So to get into this exercise, we're going to come back to double tabletop. So float one leg, deeper engagement, bring that second leg up. Keep the space between your knees this time. You're going to take the circle and place it on one thigh again with your hand on the pad, keeping that core switched on here. So relax the shoulder on the circle arm. Let's inhale, prepare. And as you exhale, we're going to stretch and squeeze your circle. So lengthen that leg away from you at the same time as your circle. Breathing out, breathing in. So we're stretching that leg, point the toes, and you'll soon find it doesn't take very much circle squeeze to feel this working. Paying really close attention to what's going on around that core. Breathing out, breathing in. If you need a check, put your fingertips under your lower back and the pressure on this hand should not change. 2 more. 2 and 1. Good. From there, switch it straight to the other leg. Make sure that center is set. Inhale. Let's exhale, stretch and squeeze. Breathing out, breathing in. So try to relax your shoulders as best you can. Eye gaze up to the ceiling or just slightly down towards the toes of the extending leg. Now point your toes, stretch and back. Lengthen away and back. Feel that core staying tight as we stretch for 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's hug those knees into your chest. Let your lower back round here once again, just to give it a small stretch out. And then from here, we're just going to release those legs one at a time. And we're going to pop round onto our hands and knees. So from here, we want to have the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. We're going to come into a swimming exercise, still working through the core, but bringing in the upper body as well. And we're going to put one hand out on the circle. So this arm will naturally be much further in front. So just take a moment to set up your position so you feel balanced and equal on these 4 different points, okay? From there, you're gonna make sure your chest is not down here. You're gonna lift that chest up really nice and high, push your shoulder blades apart, extend the opposite leg out, engaging through your center. We're gonna lift and lower. As you lift, you squeeze your circle and lower. Breathing out, breathing in. So the leg lifts, the circle squeezes. Eye gaze just out in front of you. Breathing out, breathing in. And try to keep your pelvis neutral over the mat. So we want to avoid rotating through the hips. Breath out, breath in. Now we want to try and lift that leg up to hip level, squeezing into that buttocks as best we can. 3, 2, hold this next one. Keep the squeeze on your circle. Point the toes. We're just going to pulse, 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 pulse. Push yourself away from the mat. Lift the chest, lift the core, and pulse. for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Circle to the center, both hands, and let's just take a modified child's pose for a moment. Big exhale. Okay, coming back, we are going to switch our position once again. So shoulder just over the wrist roughly, hips over the knees, this arm comfortably out in front. Once you're set, bring that chest up high, extend that leg out, core engages. As we lift, we squeeze in our circle, lower down, lift and down. Breath out, breath in. Now try to keep that pelvis as neutral as you can. Breathing out, breathing in. And what you want to feel is as you press on your circle, you want to feel that core pulling up underneath. You want to feel the strength through this arm on the mat. We've got 4, 3, 2, hold it here, keep that pressure on, toes down. Pulse, 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 pulse. Breathing steadily for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Let's take ourselves down for our child's pose modified once again, hanging onto that circle. Part the knees slightly and just breathe out. Okay, give the shoulders and wrists a little bit of a roll out. We're going to take it onto our side now, just to do a little bit more focused glutes work for the hips and their strength. So bring yourself onto your side. Make sure the legs are fully straightened, hips are stacked on top of each other, and take this top hip, draw this hip downwards. So we should have our natural gap under here. Engage through your center and take your circle to here. Drop that top shoulder. We're going to go for some leg lift and lowers. So when you're ready, we're going to lift the top leg, pressing on your circle, and then lowering back down. Exhaling to lift, inhaling to rest. So with every lift, there is a circle squeeze. Breathing out, breathing in. As you do your circle squeeze, you want to feel that connecting through to that core area, to feel that stability. Feel like your belt is a little bit too tight around your waist. Breathing out, breathing in. Now point your toes as we lift. This just gives a really good leg alignment and back down. But most importantly, we're minimizing any wobble through the hips. Okay, we're going to take 2 more like this. And 1 more. As you come down, let's pause at hip level. Now you can bend the bottom leg here if you need to, or you can keep it straight, okay? So from here, we're going to take a side kick. So engaging that center, pressing on your circle, you're going to side kick forward, side kick back, side kick forward, side kick back. So we sweep as far forward as you can, and as you come back, you want to squeeze those buttocks behind you to get them working. So try and keep the trunk really still. Resist the urge to bend your back, to bring the chest forwards and backwards. So you can do it with that leg bent, or you can keep it straight, which is much harder. Breath out, breath in. Keeping that rib cage drawn downwards, keeping that connection from the rib cage down to the core. We're going to take 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, from there, we're just going to take that round to the other side to do those on the other hip. So just take a moment to sort yourself around. We want the shoulders stacked once again, the hips stacked, and the legs, with this top leg drawing down to reveal that natural curve. Once you're ready, set up your circle for single leg lifts. Engage your core and let's lift and press and lower down. So we lift, squeeze the circle and down. Exhaling and inhaling. So thinking of that connection from the rib cage drawing inwards, pulling the ribs down, keeping the core engaged throughout. Imagining like your belt is just getting a little bit, getting a little bit too tight as we go. So we can feel that core tightening inwards. Breathing out, breathing in. Being mindful of that small gap at the lower waist side, that just means that we're keeping our neutral position. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Getting ready for your side kick. We're going to pause at hip level. Remember, you can bend this bottom leg if you need to. Center set, and let's side kick forward, side kick back. Squeeze your circle and return. Keeping that trunk as still as best you can. And then maybe try it with both legs straight. See if you can side kick forwards a little bit more. So the aim is to get as far forward as you can. Don't worry about going back further. Just think about squeezing those glutes on the way back. And breathing with the movement. Keep the shoulders relaxed down away from the ears. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, rest that leg down from there. We're just going to take it round onto our back to do some stretches to wind things down. So grab hold of your circle, lifting it onto this foot here so we get a good hamstring stretch, and draw the foot down towards you. Don't worry about what your trunk does at this stage. Think about getting the length, the extension through the knee, and then just drawing it towards your chest, pushing the circle away from you. And then if you're able to, take this hand out for support. We're going to bring it out to the side to get these adductors as well. Go as far as you can. It's quite handy, I've got the wall to rest on for this one. And then bring it back. Soften that leg down. We'll switch to the other side. Point the leg to the ceiling. First of all, get the knee straight. If you can get the knee straight, you're then going to pull the toes down towards you whilst pushing your foot away into the circle. Bring this arm out to the side and then keep the tension on your circle as you come outwards. Keep the hip bones facing up to the ceiling. Go as far as you're comfortable to for those adductors and then bring it back. Carefully release. We're going to take it round onto our hands and knees. Take your circle out for our modified child's pose, sinking down into the hips. Let the armpits rest down towards the mat. Big exhale. And then releasing. We're going to come up into sitting here. Offset the feet for our mermaid and take the circle out to one side here. Lengthening tall through your body. We're going to inhale and we're just going to take an exhale up and over and then come back. Once more, breathing out, reach over and come back. Switch those legs around. Get yourself equal through the hips and lengthen tall with an inhale and exhale. Come up and over and back. One last time. Breathing out, reach right to the end of the fingertips and then relax. And then just to finish off, we're going to extend out both legs, loop your circle around them. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, forward fold, eye gaze down towards the legs here, drawing in through your center and then roll back up through your spine to inhale and exhale, come forwards and down one last time, pressing those knees in towards the mat and then rolling up, stack up through your spine and release. And that's the end of this workout. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would love it if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with your friends. And I'll hopefully see you back on the Freshly Centred YouTube channel soon. Bye.